Do you want to learn how to make high quality household bleach for home use or to start a profitable business? In today's video, I'll show you step-by-step guide on how to make effective bleach using few chemicals. I will also show you the correct mixing process, the safety precautions and tips to get a stable and powerful bleach. If you want to know all of this, please watch this video to the end. Okay guys, the first thing you need in making your bleach is your water. Here I have water and you need a very clean water. If possible, you're going to be getting a distilled water. Distilled water is the proper water to use to make your bleach so that the bleach will be very effective. The number one thing to get right is your water. So I have 12 liters of distilled water in this bucket. I'm making this bleach for my client, so I have 12 liters of distilled water in this bucket. So here is the first chemical, which is soda ash. Soda ash is a chemical to use for cleaning products like liquid soap, bar soap. Soda ash is used in making series of products. So we'll be adding soda ash is the first chemical we'll be adding into this water. After adding the soda ash, you stir it properly to dissolve. You're going to stir it very well and let the soda ash dissolve properly. Soda ash helps to improve the cleaning power of the solution and it also keeps it stable. So take your time and dissolve it properly. Dissolve for like 2 to 3 minutes before getting the next chemical. Okay guys, if you're new here, welcome to Clara's Corner. If you love soap making, cleaning products making, skincare DIYs and DIY business ideas, kindly subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button so that you don't miss out on any of my new uploads. Of course, you love being here because this channel brings value to you. So the next chemical we'll be adding is our caustic soda. Here is the caustic soda right here. We'll be adding caustic soda into the soda ash mixture. So kindly pour in the caustic soda into it and also stir. Guys, note that when working with these chemicals, especially these two chemicals, you have to apply your safety measures. You have to wear your gloves, you have to wear nose masks, you have to wear your safety goggles because you don't want to inhale this chemical. You don't want this chemical to splash on your skin because they are highly corrosive. So when we're working with them, make sure to do your safety measures. So the next chemical we'll be adding is chlorine. Here is chlorine right here. We'll be adding it into the mixture, and chlorine is the active chemical responsible for whitening and stain removal. Chlorine is the key ingredient in making your bleach. It is the chemical that is responsible for whitening, for disinfectants, and for stain removal. So adding your chlorine and gently stir in into the two other chemicals. Guys, if you're making any kind of product, the process at which you follow to make that product matters a lot. So while making your products, you have to follow the right process. If you do not follow the right process, you're not going to get the right result. If you follow the right process, you get the right result. So when making your bleach, make sure to follow the process of the way I'm showing you in this video. If you follow this process, you're going to get a very effective bleach that will take away any kind of stain. So the last but not the least chemical we'll be adding here is sodium sulphate. Here is sodium sulphate. Sodium sulphate helps improve the texture and stability of the bleach. Sodium sulphate is going to make the bleach have a very good texture that will help the bleach very active. So we just added sodium sulphate into the mixture So you just have to stir in very well. This is the last chemical, and you have to give it time to stir in properly. At this point, use your 5 minutes to stir in everything very well. Stir in properly for like 5 minutes. So after stirring in well, the next thing is to cover the mixture. Cover it very well. Cover it tightly. Make sure it's tightly covered and keep in a very safe place. And please take note, avoid keeping your bleach on the bare floor. Make sure to keep it on a wooden surface or any surface that is not the floor. If you keep your bleach on the floor, the pH is going to be affected and it's going to make the bleach not to be effective as it should. So make sure to avoid keeping the bleach on the floor. So this is after 24 hours of covering up this bleach. The bleach is gradually forming well. So this is how the chemicals have settled. So after 24 hours, you have to get it out and check how the chemicals has settled in. This is it, is doing well. It has mixed, it has settled properly. So you have to mix it again. After mixing it very well, you also have to keep and cover. These chemicals has to sit for 3 days, 72 hours. It has to sit for 3 days before we get our final product. So every day you bring it out, you mix it in and keep until 72 hours when you will get your final product. Okay, I mean that the first 24 hours you bring it out and mix it properly, then cover it and keep. The second 24 hours, which is 48 hours, day two of soaking the chemicals, you bring it out, mix it and keep. The third 24 hours, which is the 72 hours, the third day, right now is in the third day, and I'm going to open up and start the sieving process. So the bleach has completed 72 hours at this point. I'm going to sieve it right now. So I'll be using this other bowl, this bucket, to do my sieving process for those that don't have what they need. So I'll be using this cotton material to cover the other bowl, the empty one, then get something to hold the material on it. Well, I'm going to be using rubber band to hold the cotton material so that the sieving process will be seamless for me. So right now I'm holding the cotton material, so I'm going to hold it properly for the cotton material to be firm on the bucket. So here is it. I've properly fixed the cotton material on the bucket, and I'm going to do the sieving process right away. Guys, at this point you have to gently scoop out the main bleach from the residue below the bucket. You have to do it gently so that you don't allow the residues below to mix in with the bleach on top. You know, there are some residue, the chlorine residues, that doesn't dissolve. Chlorine does not dissolve, so it is settled below the bucket. So you have to gently scoop out the bleach on top so that you don't allow it to mix in with the residues below. So here I finished scooping out the first set because the bucket is full. Yeah, I just remove the cotton that is trapping the residues. So here is the first sieved bleach. This is the first sieved bleach from the settlement. So you can still keep this to settle more. If you want it more whiter, more clearer, You can leave this one to settle more, then you sieve it again the second time for it to be clearer. But I'm going to be packaging it this way. The first sieving is okay for me, no residue inside, nothing is inside, just completely bleach. So I'm going to bottle it up in this 5 liter bottle. I have to, I'm making 10 liters of bleach for my clients. That is why I used 12 liters, because by the time you finish doing the sieving, it's going to reduce the quantity of the bleach. So what you have to do is to add extra 1 or 2 liters on top of the quantity you want to make, so that by the time you finish your sieving process, everything is going to be is going to amount to the quantity you are targeting to make. Okay guys, you can see I'm done filling the 5 liter bottle. So here is the first 5 liters of this bleach I just made. So I'm going to keep this one, then allow the one in the bucket to settle more, then I fill the second 5 liters. So after allowing it to settle more, I'm going to fill up the remaining 5 liters. Guys, trust me, this bleach is very active. It's as active as the hypo bleach you see in the supermarkets and stores. It's very active. That is why I have so many people always order this bleach from me. It's a tested and trusted recipe. With this recipe, you can start your own bleach business from home and make your cool cash. So yeah guys, you can see I'm done sieving. This is the residue below the bucket. This is the settlement of the chlorine. You can dry it up, pour it on a surface, dry it up and use it to make your scoring powder. Mix it with other materials and make your scoring powder for washing sink, toilet seat, rusted area, or even back of your pot. So yeah guys, thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you in my next one. Bye.